Okay, this is Brant from tradeguild.blogspot.com, and this is October 4th. This is the next part 2 of our little video series here, or part 3. And we're going to look at next INSM, and this is in biotechnology. Now I'm going to go ahead and put up, actually let's just take a look at the sector, the sub-industry. Biotechnology is, let me put up a 3-day chart. You can see it's kind of dipped back, and it's almost a rounding bottom in here. It's not really confirmed in volume. It should look like that in volume, but it's coming off that, and I think the sector is going to be really hot. Let's take a look at today's action, up almost 2%, and it's about ready to break out, I think. Hopefully we'll see a breakout there. The volume's been increasing, as you can see, and that makes our next couple of picks interesting. So here's INSM, which was up 4.65% today, and we don't like to chase stocks, but this is still in a very viable position. You can see the downtrend line that I had drawn in, and you can see where we broke above that downtrend line. And people knock technical analysis all the time, but apparently, I mean, look where the downtrend is. Look at the break of the downtrend and the volume on it. So for me, it's significant, and we've had this nice little pullback here, which has roughly corresponded with support, which was former resistance in these two areas. And today it's up pretty nice. The volume wasn't too spectacular today, and maybe it pulls back in the next couple of days. You can see the transition and here from selling to a more neutral stance as it has based over in this area, and time segmented volume has quietly just kept on chugging along up above that zero line, and now money streams in gear. There's not any huge divergences here, and as you can see, balance of power is still yellow. It's indicating accumulation, but it's not like some of the other stocks we've looked at. But I do like this stock, and there's a couple other in the sector that we're going to take a look at. And next up is STEM, STEM, and this is Stem Cells Inc. I'm going to have some water here. And STEM has been on our blog as a long position for quite a while, and I don't know what that says about our picks, but you can see this triangular, what they would call a symmetrical triangle formation, and this is functioning in my mind as a base, and there's been nice volume here. And one of the things that is interesting is that in these types of formations, what we look for is declining volume, and if we look at a 5-day chart, it becomes more evident, the declining volume. Even though we have some spikes in here, that's okay, but more or less we're seeing a decline in volume into the apex of that formation, which is good. It's bullish, and we would hopefully expect a breakout. The reason I like STEM right now is it's at a very, very buyable position in my mind. It's down here at the lower trend line, and volume has remained fairly light as it pulls back. And I think the indicators look good over here as far as accumulation. Look at money stream, what it's doing. It is just making new highs over here, and price is consolidating down to lower highs. Balance of power has been phenomenal. Down here in the dip, you can see there wasn't too much action, and it picked up again over here. So, so excuse me, but STEM I think looks great. I would obviously put a stop. You have to be comfortable with where you put your stop. I would put a stop probably midway between where we are now and this low over here. So somewhere a little bit below $2, I think. And the reason being is when you see bases like this that are showing accumulation, and we saw this with SLXA, almost the exact same formation, sometimes you see a little raid on the stops down here. The market makers will just try to hit some stops congregated at obvious levels, which $2 would be an obvious level, and the market makers can see the orders piled up, so they know where they are, and they know what they on days where the volume is very light, a few well-placed sell orders can trigger a little sell-off and knock out those stops, and of course the accumulator becomes the market maker. So all of your shares belong to us in the vernacular of the internet. So STEM looks good, and I have one other I think here for you, which is SYNM, and I've been talking about this a lot on the blog the last week or so. And again, you know, this is what I love. I love formations like this: big volume, light volume pullback into a support level, which is this ascending trend line. And today we got this doji. I think tomorrow I may actually buy Ctrn Corporation, which I don't know why I have it stuck in here with the biotechs. It's not a biotech, so I shouldn't do these videos at midnight. So anyway, looks good. Again, stop for me a little bit below that 420 level, I think. And here's the accumulation. Look at money stream. That is a leading divergence. So money stream is up here at the $7.50 level. Doesn't mean the stock's going to 750, but it's divergent. You know, if you compare it to back here, money stream, TSV, and balance of power in here look phenomenal. So Ctrn Corporation looks good. Here's the industry. You can see what it's been doing. So this is certainly a laggard, and it's probably one of my favorite stocks at this point for a buy. And next up is sqa-b. This is Compu Credit Corporation, and I have that sub-industry up here in red. And we're getting a pullback here. Let me show it to you on another chart. That 22-day moving average in red has crossed above that yellow 50-day moving average recently. And this is what I like, you know, volume, pullback on light volume. And let's take a closer look at what that little consolidation looks like. This is kind of like a big flag, I would say. Some people might say this is a cup and handle formation. It's not perfect, obviously, and the volume indications aren't exactly right, but I could see somebody making the case for a cup and handle on this one. This is financial services, so we've seen a lot of action, a lot of money rotating into financial services. So, you know, there's that the sub-industry again in red, so you can see what it's been doing. So I like CCRT very much. And let's see what we have next up. Ctrn. And this is specialty retail and apparel. It should have been in the other segment. But a big move today, 6.61%. And it's, you know, kind of similar to Pacific Sunwear. And this, I would say, except for this volume right here, this is a cup and handle in my mind. There's the cup, and here's that handle coming down, and we're seeing the move off of the pivot point there. So volume picked up on this move, very nice. And maybe tomorrow we get a little pullback. In my mind, this is a buyable level. Anything under 37.50 over here, I think, is buyable. Obviously, I'd like to buy it at this doji day that we saw yesterday, but and I probably don't think we'll see another setup like that in this stock. But I think maybe you could phase into this. Maybe this is something you want to you know, investigate further. Maybe you want to look at the fundamentals of the company, and you know, obviously the sector's doing great. So I have a few more ideas for you. I think we'll probably get 2 more videos in, but I got to keep them under 10 minutes to get them posted on YouTube. So I will be back with one more.